Alright, this is my first episode for a podcast I'm making. And this podcast I'm going to be making is I'm going to be talking about directors, actors, producers, writers, showrunners, to like movies, TV series, authors. And the reason I'm doing this is because I like to do a lot of that stuff, and I want to do all that stuff. And it's inspired me to create 2 franchises that I'm going to be making in the future. But this first episode, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite actors, Sylvester Stallone, because I've watched all the Rambo movies recently, and they were so freaking good. I'm not doing a rating in case if like these movies will hurt you with the ratings I do, because I am not a picky person with movies. But here we go. Sylvester Stallone, if you don't know him, he's most popular for playing Rocky Balboa back in 1976, 77. Yeah, I think around that time. Hang on. 1976, yep. Rocky, 1976. I even have the franchise right here at all 6 movies, 1 through 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Balboa. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, and Rocky Balboa, which is 6. I do not have the spin-off trilogy, which is Creed. I don't have that yet, but I will be getting those movies. And now he's probably also famous for playing John Rambo in the Rambo Collection, which includes 5 films, which is First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo, and Rambo Last Blood. Sylvester Stallone directed Rambo, which is the 4th movie. He directed and written the script. Now, I want to talk to you about that movie, Rambo, the 4th Rambo. There is a character in there called Sam Troutman. You probably heard of him. The actor to play him, if you don't know, he passed away, and Sylvester Stallone didn't want to recast him, maybe because due to he did so good as the role, and he didn't want to disrespect him. But in Rambo Last Blood, spoilers, this is all going to be spoilers. In Rambo Last Blood, he said at the ending, all my loved ones are now ghosts. So in Rambo 3, he retired to save Sam Troutman because he got captured. And maybe he likes him as a friend because Sam Troutman was his, I think, commanding officer in Vietnam. He was in the Vietnam War. And yeah, like, the Rambo franchise, when I got into action a couple months ago. Now, I was already into action, but not this much into action. How I got into action is from a movie me and my mom watched. It's with John Cena and Idris Elba, called Heads of State. I'm not going to spoil anything about that in case if you didn't watch it, but it was a pretty good movie, and after that movie, I got into action really hard, and my first action franchise I went to was Rambo. And that's why I'm doing this episode, because Sylvester Stallone, he's such a good actor. He was also in the Expendables franchise, which I didn't watch, but I watched a little bit of too, way long ago. But yeah, and he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Volume 3. I don't know if he was in Volume... Wait. Okay, hang on. He was in Volume 2, and he was in Volume 3, but I don't think he was in Volume 1. And he plays a Ravager called Stakar. I think he's the leader of the Ravagers, or the creator of the Ravagers. I don't know. I don't know the lore to Guardians of the Galaxy, but... And he also plays King Shark in James Gunn's movie, The Suicide Squad. Not the original Suicide Squad with Will Smith. No, it's just titled The Suicide Squad. Good movie. Good action movie. James Gunn did pretty good with that. But anyway, Sylvester Stallone is one of my favorite actors. Wait, I said that. Hang on, yeah. He plays King Shark in there. And let's see what else. Oh, he made his own movie company called Balboa Productions after his character, Rocky Balboa. And that's another thing. Rocky Balboa is his character. He created that character for money because he was actually broke at that time. And like the first Rocky movie had such a low budget at that time. It was crazy. Now there is a scene in Rocky 1 where this man threw an apple at Rocky, and that wasn't in the script. That was actually, I think, a little improvised by the dude, and they just kept it in. Now, Sylvester Stallone didn't direct the first Rocky. It was someone else, but he directed 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if he directed 5 and 6. I just know he directed 2 and 3 and 4. I didn't watch the Rocky franchise yet. I only watched the first one, a little bit of 2, and a little bit of Creed 3. That's it, yeah. And, like, that's gonna be the next franchise I want to be watching because, like, I heard that Mr. T, this is an actor, his name is Mr. T, is in the third Rocky, and that's where the famous song came from called Eye of the Tiger, which they made that song for the movie, if y'all didn't know, and that was one of my favorite songs when I was a child. Those were the days. But Stallone, like I told you, he created Rocky because he was broke at the time and he wanted money, and maybe he probably think that it will be popular, and yeah, that movie was popular. Spawned 5 sequels and a spin-off series that his last role was Creed 2. Yeah. I don't think he's returning as Rocky because the actor to play Creed in there, I think his name is Adonis Creed, son of Apollo Creed, which is played by Carl Weathers. Rest in peace. He passed away. Adonis Creed, it's about Adonis Creed, like, being boxing, and, Sylvester Stallone didn't appear in Creed 3. I think it's because, like, a producer for the whole entire Rocky franchise had a falling out. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I know a lot of things, but, like, I don't know if this is real or not. Like, because I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube with this stuff, and that's why I'm creating this podcast. But, yeah, I think it was a falling out of a producer for the Rocky franchise and the Creed movies. Is why he didn't return for Rocky in Creed 3. And Creed 3 is directed by the actor to play Adonis Creed, Michael B. Jordan. And there's going to be a 4th Creed movie, which I think a lot of people is pumped about, because the 3rd Creed movie did really good with the ratings, with the critics and the fans. I was, like, a little hyped for Creed 3. But Stallone, he has a movie, yeah, I said that, he has a wife, 3 daughters, and a son. He used to have 2 sons, but one of his sons passed away. He had heart complications. He died from a heart attack. And his second son has a disability. And yeah, all he has left is his son, his 3 daughters, Sistine, Scarlett, I don't remember the third one's name, and then his wife, which I also don't remember. Yeah, I didn't finish watching the show, The Stallone Family. I watched a couple episodes, but yeah, I'm big into Sylvester Stallone. I actually knew him 3 years ago, actually. It was actually because of Rocky. my grandpa got me into Rocky because he was actually watching it one day, and I said, "What are you watching?" And he said Rocky, and that caught my eye attention with Rocky, and that's how I discovered Sylvester Stallone. And then also my old stepdad bought all the Rambo movies. Seriously, it wasn't this. No, I got this like last week ago. But yeah, he bought them on his YouTube channel. And to be fair, I bought a lot of movies on my YouTube channel too. It's my money. And plus, he's out of the picture. My old stepdad's out of the picture. But, Sylvester Stallone, one of my favorite actors. Okay. He was in Samaritan, which that was a pretty good movie. There's going to be a sequel to Samaritan, which I'm freaking pumped to see, because I think Prime owns Samaritan. I don't know why, but they just own it. And there is a documentary that I think Stallone made called Sly. He is nicknamed Sly. Let's see, is there anything? He is friends with Al Pacino, who plays Michael Corleone in the Godfather trilogy, and Dolph Lundgren, who plays the main antagonist in Rocky IV. Ow. And he was also friends with Carl Weathers, the one to play Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise. He passed away last year in 2024, and his death hit me hard because I loved a lot of his movies. I loved him in the original Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm a big Predator fan. I love the Predator films. I can't wait for the upcoming Predator movie, Badlands. I hope Schwarzenegger returns as a cameo. It'd be pretty cool for him to return to the Predator franchise after so many years. But Carl Weathers, he also played in one of my favorite Star Wars TV series, The Mandalorian. I have a couple Mandalorian action figures. And, and my mom loves Baby Yoda because how cute he is. But I told her it's not Baby Yoda. It's actually Grogu. I think the son of Yoda. I don't know. I'm into Star Wars, but I barely know any lore to it, but I just know a lot of characters. But yes. Alright, what else? What else with Sylvester Stallone? I don't think there's... Hang on a sec. Alright. I just looked up some other stuff with Sylvester Stallone, and that was weird. And I just realized he also voices Rambo in Mortal Kombat 11, and he's a DLC character in Mortal Kombat 11. It was the expansion, no, it was the Combat Pack 2 with also Melina and Rain. And I'm gonna tell you, I am so good with Rambo. It's freaking crazy. My sister's boyfriend, he came over here, and he was also a Mortal Kombat fan, but we were playing on a PlayStation, but he was an Xbox player, and his character that he's most good at is Kotal Khan, and my character is Rambo, and we did a little competition of how many rounds we would win, and whoever wins the most rounds is the king of Mortal Kombat 11. And I won the most rounds as Rambo while he was playing as Kotal Khan. I told you, it's crazy. I'm so good with Mortal Kombat 11. I've been playing this game ever since I was maybe 7, 8, 9. Around that time. And my childhood Mortal Kombat games was Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe and Mortal Kombat 9 with the DLC characters with Freddy Krueger, Kratos, Kenshi, Scarlet, and yeah, I don't remember. Was it Rain? I think it was Rain. Yeah, it was Rain. yeah. And my favorite character, my character I was good at in Mortal Kombat 9, it was Shang Tsung. I was so good at him. My mom was good at either Raiden or Sub-Zero. She couldn't beat me at Shang Tsung. I was so good at him. Like, I'm glad, like, they did the Soul Steel, because, like, that was sort of useless to me, because, like, I played him more than the other characters. And then, like, yeah, like, I barely knew any other moves, so I just, like, spammed, like, the buttons. But, anyway, back to Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, he voices Rambo in Mortal Kombat 11, and, like, yeah, I have every single Mortal Kombat game. Let's see, I have Mortal Kombat Armageddon on PS2, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, yeah, got Mortal Kombat 9, the DLC version, Mortal Kombat X, the DLC version, Mortal Kombat 11, also the DLC version, Mortal Kombat 1, also the DLC version, Injustice, Gods Among Us, DLCs, Injustice 2, DLCs. I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. And yeah, Mortal Kombat 1, we actually don't have that on the PS5. We have it on the Nintendo Switch, and the graphics in there freaking suck. Like, not the story. The story is totally looks good, but once you're fighting, the graphics suck. I can't wait to get my PS5 to see, because Mortal Kombat 1 is really good. A lot of people hated the game, but me, I love the game. I even love the DLC Chaos Reigns with Titan Havoc. It's pretty cool. But, man, I keep getting sidetracked. Sylvester Stallone. Alright, I have this list here on my tablet about the stuff he was in. And I see right here he was in Escape Plan. I remember when the second Escape Plan movie came out. I think it was titled Escape Plan Hades? I think? Or was that the third one? Wait. There's one that says 2019, but hang on. Escape Plan. Yeah, I don't know, like, this list is sort of weird. Oh, wait. Yeah, it says right here. Escape Plan 2 Hades, Escape Plan The Extractors. And yeah, I remember when Escape Plan 2 Hades came out. I didn't watch it, but my old stepdad did. I think he was a Stallone fan. But then he also, I didn't know this, but he was also in the original Judge Dredd movie, while Carl Urban plays him in maybe the remake? Oh, and fun fact, Carl Urban is playing Johnny Cage in the upcoming second Mortal Kombat movie. And if you don't know who Carl Urban is, he plays Billy Butcher in The Boys. He plays in one of my favorite horror movies, Doom, as the main dude. I love Doom. Doom is one of my favorite horror games. And yeah, like, the first movie was really good. Sequel sucked, but I can't say the word, but it sucked. I do not like it at all. Like, it has hell in it. It's just, it's trash. Don't even watch it. It's trash. But Stallone, I'm also looking on here that he was in a movie called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Wait, what is this? Hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, it's something stupid I popped up on my tablet, but, and I'm also seeing here, he written the script for A Working Man, which stars Jason Statham, and I didn't watch this movie yet, but I want to watch it because I think it's related to another Jason Statham movie called The Beekeeper, because it's the same director. Ain't that a little weird? Same director, same actor, sort of same plot to it, but a little different. Because in The Beekeeper, spoilers, Beekeeper, he's like a like a top agent or something called Beekeepers, and like they're pretty good. Like they can, ow, my arm hurts. Yeah, my arm's sore. I've been lifting weights a lot, but like they're really good at fighting. And Working Man, he's basically the same, but different character. It's not the same character. Yeah, it's just weird. And like, he was in this movie called Tango and Cash with Kurt Russell, another one of my favorite actors. Kurt Russell, he's a good actor. He plays in one of my favorite John Carpenter movies titled The Thing. And to be honest, if you even say a John Carpenter movie, I would know, because I am also John Carpenter's biggest fan. I would just want to be just like him. If you don't know who he is, he created Halloween. He created The Thing. He created Big Trouble in Little China. He created Escape from New York. Prince of Darkness. In the Mouth of Madness. They Live. A lot of cult classics. But, Tango and Cash, Kurt Russell, John Carpenter, dang. Man. This is getting out of hand. Tango and Cash. I heard that movie's pretty good. My mom said it's pretty funny. She watched it. Chest hurts a little bit. But I think that would be it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode talking to you about Sylvester Stallone. You probably know about a lot about this, but if you didn't, you learned a lot of stuff from this, because I love directors. I want to be a director. I love writers. I want to be a writer, like creating the script for the movie, screenplay, like writing the scenes. I think that's what it means. Producer, executive producer, editor. No, I'm not being the editor. That's too much work. But yeah, like I told you, in the future, I got 2 franchises I want to be making. One franchise, a demon from hell that's actually a hero, and the second franchise, a slasher who becomes evil but becomes good later on. And yeah, you're probably gonna like the franchises. I hope I'll have enough money to create them. But thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed this. I don't remember my outro. I gotta remember this. I'll create a new outro tomorrow. Or whatever. I'll create a new outro on my next video. Just bye.